I've got some stories for y'all today about this place right here that you will absolutely not find on the internet. How do I know this? Because I tried to find them myself, so there ain't nothing on it. But these stories right here come from nurses and their first-hand experiences while working right here in Wytheville, Virginia. Now, this place was called the Wytheville Sanatorium and Hospital, along with the Mullins Hospital, I think. And it was also the Edgemont nursing home for a spell. They broke ground on the property in 1953, and they opened the doors in 1954 to patients. Y'all, come on in. It was founded by Dr. W.E. Mullen, and it was funded by the Seventh-day Adventist Project. Side note, this place is for sale right now if you've got a good $600K on you, just hanging out in your pocket. You could own your very own 40-room haunted facility. I have personally worked in nursing homes, and I know how we all speak about the things that happen in nursing homes or hospitals that you don't talk about to the public. For example, people go in threes. If you have one, you're going to lose three. That's typically how it goes, and that's what I experienced myself. Other things that happen is like there's weird, odd occurrences that do happen before somebody usually passes. I know at the nursing homes that I worked at, the fire doors would shut and the alarms would go off, and we would go do our rounds, and then we'd find them. It was pretty sad. At this nursing home, a retired RN that actually worked there told me that they had an occurrence that happened right before people would pass away, and she's pretty much the spirit of the angel of death, or a helping hand to let the nurses know that somebody was going to pass. This spirit is of a alleged nurse that lost her life while crossing the railroad tracks not too far from here, and when she crossed the track, she was in an accident, and her whole head just went poof, and she was gone. And then the odd occurrence started happening, but right before people passed away, that this nurse with no head would appear walking down the hallways. A clock would get thrown off the wall. Something large would fall and make such a loud sound that it would alert the nurses that, there's something going on. And every time they saw the nurse with no head wearing her little nurse's outfit or the clock, and then things would fall and loud noises happened, they did find somebody passed away. I tried to deep dive into this nurse that had lost her life close by, and I could absolutely find nothing on it except for a recent passing in 2024 of a train accident. But if y'all have more information on this, I would love to know, where to put it. The nurses would report coughing, and there would be nobody around them or in the rooms whenever they would hear this coughing coming from behind them. And they would also be walking down the hallways doing their daily routines when they would walk directly in to a cold spot, which caused chills. The ICU and the ER were connected, and one ICU nurse said that she got the scare of her life when she had an episode. She started hearing somebody walking footsteps behind her. She looked up, and she watched a cabinet door fly open, and then gauze was being taken out of the cabinet by invisible hands and laid down. One of the wildest stories that I heard here was about this nurse that was making her rounds, and she came into a patient's room, and she was checking on him. How are you doing? Feeling okay? And the patient looked up confused, and he's like, when is that other nurse coming back that just checked on me a few minutes ago? Well, this nurse was like, what are you talking about? I'm the only one that's working as a nurse right now, and there's been no one in and out of this room or this hallway. Well, the patient looked confused again, even more, and now the nurse was confused and surprised at what he was saying. And the nurse thought quick on her feet. She said, well, did you happen to catch the nurse's name that checked on you? And the patient was like, yeah, her name was Elizabeth Brown. Ooh. And it's not the same one that has the name of the park. I looked into that, and it's not the same. But that nurse knew that no one had been in and out of that room whatsoever. And so the mystery of the nurse continues. I had a side note here that the Wytheville Sanatorium Hospital also had really cool postcards they used to send out or give their patients to send out while they were staying there. On top of that, it was known to have really, really good cleanliness and service. Have you ever been to the old Edgemont nursing home? Did you ever have a stay at the hospital when it was open? Do you have a story yourself and you'd like to tell me? Well, let me know right there in the comments section. And don't forget to follow me for more paranormal stories.